Students, welcome back. So this is our second video on Diploma to Degree Lateral Entry Exam Success Series. So here we are discussing about some question topics which are important for you to prepare for the examination, that is the entrance examination for entering into degree college, that is your BTech degree or BE degrees. This for all grade of students. That is, I prepared this videos for all grade of students. So without wasting time, we'll just directly jump into our subject. So today is the second video. That is, again, we are discussing about basic electronics. In this today's video, we'll discuss about resistor, capacitor, inductor, AC/DC basics. Initially, we'll start with the AC/DC basics. Okay. So AC stands for alternating current. We call it as in short, it's called as AC. So electrical, what is alternating current actually? Why we call it alternating current? Because it periodically reverses the direction, right? That is the supply. You can see up and down on this sine wave type of this thing. It periodically changes its direction. That is the only thing you have to remember. Periodically changing the direction. Okay. So alternating. Domestic in our country or other countries, maximum of the countries, we have AC current, which works on 50 hertz. What is 50 hertz? It's a frequency. It's an AC frequency. In US, it is 60 hertz, right? So what you have to do, periodically reverse direction. Okay, that is important. Okay, now we'll go to the second point. That is, what is direct current? DC, right? Direct current DC. So direct current, constant flow in one direction. Okay, as you can see here on the screen, it will be flowing only in one direction, straight line. So that's why it is indicated as a straight line. You can see here it's just indicated as a straight line, or sometimes it is given as a straight line. Why? Because the AC will also be there, but mainly it will be denoted as a straight line. So that is a direct current. Okay, so where it is generated, from where it is generated, the example is batteries. Okay, batteries are the best example of the direct current. Okay, now we'll come to the next topic, that is the resistors. Now we are jumping into the component parts. Please remember that, because our topic is resistor also today. Capacitor, resistor, and inductor, these three things we are going to discuss. Okay, so resistor, first what we have to remember, why we use resistor, what are the symbols. So it is denoted by letter R, and symbol you can see on the top, that is a zigzag form, and or in somewhere it is also a box type or square box. So it will be denoted. So what is the use of the resistor? It opposes current flow. This line only you have to remember, it opposes current flow. Second is units. What is the unit of resistance? Ohms. Omega symbol will be there. So ohms, like you can see here, ohms, right? That is the symbol, right? Very important things, again, I will tell you, which we have discussed in the last class, Ohm's law. That is V is equal to I into R. This is very, very important. That law in the beginning we have already discussed. The last, this thing. Okay, anyhow, type. There are two type of your resistor. One is fixed value and one is variable. So I will also show you these resistor on the breadboard also. I will try to show you. Right now you can see on this box, I'm just showing it on the other screen. I've fixed some resistor over here, and how does the best way of identifying smaller resistor, that is with the help of a color codes. The color codes will be very, very important. So these are fixed value, connected in two type of fashions I have here used on the breadboard. One is one resistor, these two resistors are in series, and these two resistors are in parallel. This another part you can see here on the right hand side. This is on bottom side. This is variable resistor. I told you there are two type of resistors. One is fixed value. So these are the fixed value, and these are the variable resistor. Okay. So this is about the resistor. I will tell you about the next part, that is about the capacitors also. So what is capacitor, right? What is its work? Stores energy in the form of electrical field, right? It stores energy. That is very important. Where it is stored, you see a gap over here. There are two plates. In the two plates in between that, it stores energy. That is The dielectric material, we call it as it stores energy in that. It's a part. Basically, it is a part. Okay, right. So the unit, what is the unit of capacitance? Farads. Okay, farads, capital F. So unit of resistance, unit of capacitance is farad, and usually it will not be, you will not get much of this thing on farads, because in electronic circuits and electrical circuit, we will use capacitor with a lower value, that is microfarad, picofarad, nanofarads. Okay, so less than 1, it is minus. It will be 10 to the power of -6, -12, or -9. Okay, so microfarad, picofarad, nanofarad. Okay, so again here, two type of capacitor. On the right hand side, you can see here, there are two capacitors. One is with the arrow. So this is fixed. This is your which capacitor? Variable capacitor. On the top, you have another capacitor. So I will tell you here, you can see on the screen, it's a heterodyne radio receiver. You can see on your screen here. So this is variable type, which has a shaft over here. This is the shaft, right? So for tuning purpose, we use it. We use it for radio tuning and all. So this is an example. We call it as a GAN capacitor. This is your variable capacitor. Now, again, here, you can see here, there are capacitor connected here. So some two of them are in series. This is electrolytic capacitor. How you will identify electrolytic capacitor? One leg, one leg will be bigger and one leg will be somewhat smaller. And some indication will be there. That is, one side it is given minus. Naturally, the other side will be positive. So negative side, the lead will be shorter, and the positive side, the lead is a little bigger. So this is one of the studies what you have to learn. So wherever there is an indication plus and minus, that is electrolytic capacitor. Others are non-electrolytic capacitor. So these are all microfarad. This is also, we call it the picofarad capacitor, which is here, this thing, small disc type of capacitor. This is picofarad capacitor. Okay, so two type of capacitors again. Now we will come to the next part, that is inductors. Okay, inductor are represented by capital letter L. And you can see on the screen, on the top of the screen, a coil shape or spring shape, this thing will be there. Okay, right. So what is the inductor? It stores energy in a magnetic field. It generates a magnetic field, number one. Number two, it stores energy in the form of a magnetic field inside this. Suppose this is a coil, this is an inductor. Inside this, when the current is passed, it will be storing energy inside the magnetic field. As you can see here, the best example is the fan motor and the solenoid. Okay, I have just shown it here. And the inductor, the next stage is for about the transformers also. So I have just indicated here. These are the different values. What are the values? That is Henry. Henry is the unit of your inductance. Please remember, V is equal to L multiplied by, that is di, that is the current, divided by dt, that is the time. Okay, what is the work? Why it is given? Why it is given? It is blocks AC, high frequency, and allows DC. Where is it as used? Like I told you, this is your radio receiver. So these are the inductors. 1, 2, a copper type of wire, you can see, right? Okay, for radio circuits, for capturing, or for antennas, or for stopping the noise. These inductors are used in the radio. It is also used in the power supply also. All right. Okay. So now comes the next part, that is MCQ part. In the MCQ part, we will be, as we have already discussed, we will be taking few of the questions which are important, so that based on this, you may get some questions related to like this in your examination also. So it's a preparation for you. So multiple choice question, please remember, we are discussing about electronics, electrical and communication subject. In that, what topic we are discussing? Basic electricals or electronics. We are discussing in that. We are discussing about resistor, capacitor, inductor, AC, DC, basics. So based on that, we have some question. What is the primary function? Suppose question number 1 is, what is the primary function of the resistor in a circuit? Right? To stop, what does it do, the resistor? The correct answer is it opposes the flow of electrical current. Just now we have discussed that is the definition, right? Okay, so that is which should be your answer. Second number, in a DC circuit, the voltage across 10 ohm resistor is 5 volt. What is the power dissipated by the resistor? So the answer, you have to use a formula that is P is equal to V square by R, that is 5 square by 10, and 25 by 10 is equal to 2.5 watts. So the answer is 2.4 watts. So these are the small type of question what you will be getting, or maybe you will be getting in your examination. So accordingly, you have to prepare. Maybe the values will be changed, but how to do or how to do the calculations, you have to understand. The third question is two capacitors, that is C1, one is 10 microfarad, C2, one is 20 microfarad, are connected in series. What is their equivalent capacitance? So please remember, as I have already shown you, like the resistor, the capacitor also connected in series and parallel. So the formulas for series and parallel, both resistor and capacitor, you have to understand. Okay, so the two capacitors are there. So here using 1 by C equivalent to 1 by 10 plus 1 by 20 is equal to 3 by 20. C is equivalent to 20 by 3 is equal to 6.67 microfarads. Why? Because it is connected in series. So series will be divided. The value will be coming down. So the correct answer is 6.67 microfarad. All right. Okay. Now we'll go to the next this thing. The fourth question, which of the following statement about inductance is true? Okay, so you can go through this. That is, the inductor acts like a short circuit when DC is first applied. An inductor opposes a charge in the current flowing through it. The energy stored in an inductor is given by half of the Li square. So all the three answers are correct. When you go into detail about the inductors, so you will come to know all the three answers are correct. Next question, in a purely capacitive AC circuit, how does the phase of a current relates to the phase of the voltage? Very important questions. Please remember the answer correct is that not the lags. It will be lead. It will lead the voltage by 90 degrees. Please remember. Okay. So this is an important question for you. So sixth question is 120 ohm resistors are connected in parallel across 12 volt battery. What is the total current drawn by the battery? The answer is 0.3 amps. Okay. Why? Again, you can see on the right hand side, I have given this thing. That is, some calculations will be there and you can calculate it. The next question is 7. The time constant T for a RC circuit defined as, this is related to your inductance. Okay. So defined as R multiplied by C. Okay. So 8th question, which component would be more suitable for filtering out higher frequency noise in a power supply? An inductor, right? Because its job is that it has high resistance and high frequencies blocking them. High frequency can be blocked. That we have already seen. I've already told you. 9th question, in a RL circuit, that is a resistor and inductor series circuit connected to a DC source, what is the final steady state current determined by? The answer is B, the resistor only. Why? In DC steady state, an inductor acts as a short circuit, so current is limited only by the resistor I, that is V by R. Okay. So next question, that is 10th number question. The main difference between AC alternating current and DC direct current has what is the main difference? So DC has a constant voltage over time, while AC changes direction. That also we have know that is straight line and zigzag. We have discussed in that. So this is very important for you people. You should know this thing. The unit of inductance is Henry. Actually, it is Henry. Please remember the farad it's written. It's a unit of inductance is Henry. H. Okay, not the farad. Okay. So how is a 3.9K resistor color code red? That means this is on color code, that a resistor color code. You should all know about the color coding of the resistor, because definitely there will be question related to color codes also. So 3.9K, orange, white, red, gold. Orange is 3, white is 9, and red is 2 zeros. That is 1 0 shifted here, that it becomes in the middle of the 3.9K. Then it is called as 3.9 kilo ohms. So these are the questions what I have given you. See you or we will discuss more questions and more topics in the coming videos. I hope you will like it. If you want to learn something else, please do write to me and we will discuss about that also. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching.